Good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening. All depends where you are in the world. My name's Denise, and I hope this link finds you well. I've just come back off the ministry, and the weather has been really bad. It's been tipping it down. The wind is 60-mile-an-hour plus winds, and it's just not nice to be out in, to be honest with you. And we did return calls, and none of them were in, but we did a study which was brilliant, and a young girl with a little boy, and we were teaching about parents being an example to their children, and which is good. I mean, it's counselling from the scriptures, you know, how Jesus, when the disciples said to the children, you know, like, leave Jesus alone. They didn't say it in those words, but they were saying, you know, go away, sort of thing, because they wanted Jesus to rest. And Jesus turned around and says, no, come to me, you children, because you are going to inherit the kingdom of God. So Jesus embraced children as he did everyone. So, and this is who we should mimic, you know, because he is our leader, and this is who we follow. So we were doing the Bible teach, and we were teaching from the scriptures all these things that Jesus taught. And I turned round and I said to her, like, you know, it's you can teach as an example from a very early age, because if you speak to your children with no respect, then how do you expect them to respect you as they grow older? I said, for example, when my children were young, you know, I wouldn't swear in front of them because I didn't want them to swear in front of me, and if they did, and I was swearing also, and then I told them off, I'd be a hypocrite, wouldn't I? So, you know, it's just little things like that. But these little things, you see, they build up. And anyway, she was saying that the father of the child actually told her child to come in and call the mother a cunt, which is a disgusting word and should not come from the lips of an adult, let alone a child. So it just goes to show how, you know, morals are slipping in our society today. For a young child who's 4 and is going to speech therapy because his speech isn't very clear, is told by the father to go and call the mother a cunt. Yeah, I mean, I'm not judging, but, you know, I'll just leave that for your imagination if that's right or wrong. It just amazes me. But, you know, our children reflect us. So when we're parents, we're responsible for what they take in. And as they get older, obviously we can't have the reins tightly on them, but we can still discipline them, which means teach. To discipline means to teach. So on right and wrong, because, you know, I believe in morals, you know. I think it's important to respect you, because if I'm respecting you, that means I'm showing you regard, and I would hope that you'd respect me in return, you know. Treat your neighbour as you treat yourself. That's the teaching. But if a child is sweared at, or hears swearing, hears his parents swearing and shouting at each other, just say the child does. I mean, he's going to copy that, isn't he? Because that's what they do. And that's, you know, that's what peer pressure is, even if it's not a parent, if it's friends, you know, smoking or drinking or taking drugs. You hang around with that long enough, you end up doing it, you know. You might at first have the morals and say no, but, you know, if you hang around long enough, it's like if you sit in the barbers, you're going to get your hair cut eventually. And it's the same if you hang around with people that take drugs. You'll end up taking them also eventually, you know, because our willpower isn't that strong. So this is why we need to avoid things. But also, as parents, we need to be aware of what our children are taking in. And if we're swearing to one another, or we have friends swearing in front of our children, then the children are going to pick that up, you know, and they're not even going to find that there's anything wrong with it. Especially if the father is telling the child to call the mother a swear word. So anyway, that's just my thought today. You know, from little seeds grow great trees, and it's the same, from little seeds you can grow big monsters. So make sure your seed has got morals and it will grow up a fine person. But we need to direct and teach them this, and if we need to correct ourselves in order to do this, then isn't that the right thing to do? Anyway, I love you all, and take care of yourself. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Bye.